thought I had this interview. Man, I'm gonna record this. As an entrepreneur, some of you know that it's a journey. It's a lifestyle that only a few want to have or they're encouraged to have. Today I'm at Taekwondo with my son, enjoying the time to develop him. And I get to bring my nephew along the way. Some may think that entrepreneur lifestyle is about traveling the world and having fun and riding boats and having nice cars. But for me, entrepreneur is about time freedom, money freedom, and travel freedom, if that's what you want. But the most important opportunity I have is the time I share as a father. I love it. My online shopping mall give me the opportunity to do so. My company, BHO Innovation, give me the opportunity to do so. My company, Just Smells So Good, give me the opportunity to do so. So, as I continue to grow in my business journey, and I get to help my young people in their journey of business, it's such a enlightening feeling. I wrote 3 books. One book you may know, Business Hustler. It's the top street author book in the world. If you read that book, it could change your life. You can buy it down on the links here, or you could buy it on amzn.to. But here's the thing about that book that was so challenging to me. As I was walking as an entrepreneur, I realized many entrepreneurs didn't have what it took to become an entrepreneur. They just didn't have it. They didn't have they had the money to do so, some of them, but they just didn't have the fire within. And believe me, it takes a lot of fire to become who you want to become as an entrepreneur. It does, man. It's so challenging that it leaves you saying, why did I do it? Why did I jump into the rain of fire? I could have been comfortable. That check, it wasn't so bad. That vacation, I could come back anytime I want to. It's okay to have 4 weeks. It just was so comfortable. But here's what happens with comfortability as a worker. It's going to be times when they're going to tell you they are uncomfortable with you. That has happened. It has happened to me. When I was younger, and I've always been an entrepreneur, part-time or whatever, I just didn't know, I didn't have that fire. I was really learning. Like many of you, many young entrepreneurs today, you're learning, you're trying to figure out. Your parents has got a big motivation factor on you. They're telling you that you got to get a good job, go to college, be the first one, make me proud. And when you do it, I'm not knocking the education system whatsoever. But what I will say is this. I really want you to take a hard look and do the numbers of what you're trying to do as a educator or whatever field you're going to. And if you are in an overcrowded field, ask yourself, how many years would it take for me to pay it off? Now, also do this. Maybe you want to travel for a month. Can you do that? Write that down. Also, write down what type of car that you want. Then write what location do you want to stay in. What city, what town, whatever. Just write it down. Just splurge it out. Ask yourself some questions. Now, with that said, ask yourself another question. How much money do I want to have at the end of the day? Now, some of you might be older having children, and some of you might be just quite young, and you want to know what type of business that you should get into. Me personally, if you can, get into a service business, a business that sells a product. I always been into a service business. I'm always selling air freshener. I sell incense sticks, sell food. I always been into the service business. Here's why. The service business is going to give you immediately straight cash, money right now. Some of it's going to be money for your investment. And then the service business will give you flexibility. So if you want children, you know how hard that is and how hard daycare is. Daycare is really insane. Just to let you know. And I'm not knocking y'all ladies and gents who are in that provider situation. But when you talk about a child and you paying $230 a week for 2 children, and your paycheck covers that $500. So if you make $800 a week after tax, you're making $500, and that whole check going that way, and your other check is barely the second. You don't see your kids as often, and your wife money going to household needs and rents and maybe car. You need a business. It's just that simple. See, why you going to school to get the education? And like I said, once again, some of y'all gonna get blessed going to school because y'all gonna take the education that you have. A few gonna get into that type of education. They're gonna get into that field. A few of you gonna get into educate that field, like doctors. A few gonna get into doctors, but another part of few is gonna get in something like surgical technician, razor blade, precision doctor, something like that. And the other guys gonna just be a regular doctor, and see a bunch of kids. Y'all just gonna make a living, 6 figures. When that doctor gonna make $1 million. But with that said, with that doctor making $1 million, he's not gonna have that much time. He's gonna have to dedicate his time. He's gonna have to source out a wife if his wife is not a doctor or went to school with him or went to high school with. That's the one he's gonna marry. He don't have the right time. He ain't gonna have the time to meet and greet and meet that type of wife. The wife that he want. The wife he don't fantasize about. The wife he done seen who could change his life, rock his world. He ain't gonna have time for that because he got to work as a doctor. So he gonna take whatever he get in that area and say, hey, will you be my wife? Now, don't get mad, because look at this. 90% of people make their husband and wives on their jobs. I did, player. I met my wife on the job, but I was also an entrepreneur, so I've been all over the place. So, hey, it wasn't no stopping that. But I want you to do me a favor. I want you to write down the numbers, figure out what you want to accomplish, and see how far your money gonna go. Right now, I'm here. It's on a few cars here. We're at Taekwondo. See, my kid is doing the things that I want him to do. My daughter gonna do the things that I want her to do. Learn a new language or whatever. And they got an opportunity to run this company, not nobody else's company. They got an opportunity to run this company as an entrepreneur. Now, if you want to find out how to start a business, an online business, to change your life, look down below. You know I'm a fragrance guy. But if you go over to BHO Innovations, Google my page, you're going to see some videos. I might have some links that lead to BHO Innovations, and you can go check down some of the videos there. Now, it's bad weather out here today, so I'm gonna have to let y'all go, and they're just about over 10 Quando, and I'm glad to have you. I'm gonna let you see the surrounding around here. And you hit me up. This just smells so good, and this is BHO Innovation. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.